Yeah, well, there was a certain somber mood in Rangoon today. There was a march earlier this morning led by religious leaders from different groups, different religious groups in the country, a reasonably small march through the center of the city. There was also another sort of unofficial march, which was watched by the police from the sidelines. They didn't stop them, but there was certainly they were taking photos of people involved in that march. There's also a three-day sort of activities going on, led by these people that are now known as sort of Generation 88. I mean, this was 25 years ago. This was really the genesis of the democracy movement that has led us to today, where we have this nominally democratic government in the country. And there's a lot of those leaders that went into exile after this crackdown, where thousands were killed, brutally killed by the military at the time of the dictatorship. Many of those have returned to the country for this commemoration. So the mood is somber, but there's a certain sort of defiance in the air as well.
Ismail, how much have things changed really in Burma since that crackdown 25 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, it's been 25 years. It's been a long and bitter struggle for a lot of the democracy activists in the country. It's just been a couple of years. 2010, there were elections held that were largely seen as fixed by the military. And then there were some other elections in 2011, by-elections, where Aung San Suu Kyi, the sort of de facto leader of the democracy movement, came into power. I mean, it was sort of unthinkable to see the scenes that we're seeing today. It's unprecedented that people would be allowed to commemorate this event sort of even 4 or 5 years ago. So there has certainly been a lot of changes in the country since the government of Thein Sein, President Thein Sein, come into power. But it has to be said that a lot of those people who are in the government now are actually accused of abuses in that crackdown. It's still it's still run by the military. 25% of the seats in Parliament are still reserved for military members. So although there have been a lot of changes, there are a lot of people have been released, political prisoners have been released, there's free speech laws, press has seen certain freedoms. There is still a long way to go before Burma can call itself a democratic country. President Thein Sein was in Paris last month, and he promised the release of all political prisoners. That has yet to happen, and also over the past few weeks, new activists and new political activists have been put in prison and arrested. So yeah, there's certainly been a big change marked by this processions and this commemoration, public commemoration that we've seen today, but certainly a long, long way to go before the country gets to be what you would call a true democracy.